If everyone jumped off a bridge, would you? I can literally hear my mother saying that. But seriously, we all know this colloquialism and laugh, but it resonates even as an adult pursuing an art hobby. And I find it rears its ugly head when we have a really weird art idea come to mind that doesn't look or feel at all like what's popular out there in the moment. Here's what I've noticed. We tend to fence in our ideas, our confidences, even our capabilities into two easily accepted options. The first, let's do what everyone else is doing. And the second, what I've done before and know I can do well. In this art journey, those two options often become our go-tos because they're easy and comfortable and familiar. But today I'm going to share a really weird project with you to prove that even our strangest ideas, the kind of ideas that stand completely outside of the norm, are really worth pursuing. Robert Henri actually talked about this idea of not trusting your own ideas because they don't feel acceptable to the masses. Recently, I was in southern Utah on this crazy hike with my husband. And I mean crazy. It was like 1,500 feet elevation and just wild wind, red rock, all the things. But on the way to the peak, we noticed there was like a grove of prickly pear cactus. I mean, they were everywhere. And I was enamored because normally when you're in the Southwest, it's the Southwest and there's red rock and it's craggy and rocky and But we were in the middle of like greens and then there were evergreen trees and it was very green. And then a few hundred feet away, we stumbled into this, just massive red rock formations. And the red rock patterns were blowing my mind. It was like God took a paintbrush and just went at the rocks with it. So gorgeous. And as we were returning, I was exhausted. I had a headache. I was, all the things you are during a hike. I thought to myself, wouldn't it be cool to create prickly pear cactus, but make them look like the surface of these beautiful red rocks I had seen today? And I was like, oh gosh, that sounds insane. It just sounds crazy. It's weird. Like, would it even work? Would the idea even communicate? And I just kept walking. Kind of forgot about my idea, but I think I kind of forgot about it on purpose because it was so strange and weird. But this idea didn't leave me. It didn't leave me for days. And so finally, I decided to do it. Even though I'd never seen anything out there quite like it. And maybe there is something out there like it, but I didn't know about it. So I was struggling with my inner voice telling me to just do a really fun, textural, colorful prickly pear painting. Kristy, you're inspired. Just do that. That'll make sense. That'll resonate. That will get likes on Instagram and But I couldn't let go of my crazy, weird idea. All right, I'm gonna paint here for a few moments, but while I do, I want you to think about that idea. The idea that you abandoned because it was too weird, because you didn't really know how to start. I want you to revisit and get really inspired to give it a go. I mentioned Robert Henri before, so you need to hear this one. It's from The Art Spirit. You will never become a popular painter. You are too much of an individual for that. Yours is a harder task, and one that will have fewer encouragers. But the popular painter is not in for as good a time as you are. Now, Robert Henri was talking to students of art that were looking to try to make a living from what they were doing, right? And I realized that's not you necessarily, but the thing is, you can really step outside what's popular and have a whole lot of fun doing it. And building up habits that make it easier for you to step outside what's popular and what's out there in watercolor more often is going to make you a better artist, a more free-spirited artist, and it's going to give you a ton of confidence. Now I'm going to get back to painting, but stick around because I have a couple points I want to make about why this is so important and what that negative self-talk might be telling you about your next wild art idea. Friends, I'm here to encourage you to toss the artistic self-preservation strategy and go for the really weird ideas. I mean, what are we protecting ourselves from anyway? Wasting paper? No attempt of yours is ever a waste. Each stroke teaches you something, and I feel that and know that and have experienced that reality again and again. Maybe you think you're wasting your time. I mean, what if the idea doesn't work? Okay, well, let's go back to rebuttal number 1. No attempt of yours is ever a waste of time. It's just another step in the journey. And I know I've said it 5 Ways to Sunday over and over again, but it's the truth. And it's that one truth you really need to grasp onto on this journey, that no effort, no attempt is ever a waste. Okay, so maybe you're thinking, I'm gonna screw this up royally, but seriously, friends, you screwing up, you don't fail, you fail forward. We've heard that colloquialism, right? You're learning something, so who cares? It's only paper. And your feelings, you can build up habits to let your feelings take a little beating here and there, especially in the name of trying something that could turn out to be amazing. And of course, just head back to rebuttal number 1. No attempt of yours in any way, shape, or form is ever a waste. All right, what do we think? How are we feeling about my crazy red rock prickly pear cactus? Is it making sense? Is it working? I want to hear the honest truth. Let's just get it out. Let's not be scared of being honest with me and with each other. And it's a great habit to build, and it's going to help you be more confident in trying out your own weird art ideas. And while you're at it, if you just think I'm funny or this video has made you laugh, would you go ahead and give this video a boop? That's a like, friends, and it really helps other folks find my channel. And I would be so appreciative if other folks found my channel. It's a great community. Okay, so what can you do to make starting that weird idea a little easier? Number 1, work with familiar materials. Better yet, work with the supplies you love the most. So your favorite paper, your favorite palette, your favorite brushes. You don't want to have everything in this experience be weird. Let the idea be the weird part and everything else be familiar. Be prepared to take a break. That's my second suggestion. And here's what I mean. You might be in the middle of your weird idea painting and you get nervous and you're like, oh, I don't know about this. I know with this particular painting I'm working on right now, I've had many moments where I've had to stop and just take a beat, take a breath, work on something I love, something I know will be a success. Maybe it's another painting I've already started. Maybe it's just a subject matter, my comfort subject matter. I have a video about that below, but just be prepared to take an artistic break with something you're very, very familiar with. And number 3, and I feel like I should have mentioned this first, but maybe don't share this idea with others, because if it's weird enough, they're probably not going to get it and they might discourage you unknowingly. So I don't know, keep this one to yourself. Let it be your own little fun secret. Now, maybe you're wondering, well, Kristy, I don't even have the weird idea. Like, how do I get the weird idea? You watch this video next, and until I see you again, happy painting.